Thanks for tuning into the podcast. We are here with MVP Whitetails, and we're going to talk about whitetail breeders getting into the exotic industry. Let's talk about it. So we've got Jade and Jalen here, so if you guys can kind of do a little introduction and tell everyone who y'all are and who you are with.
I'm Jalen Webster with MVP Whitetails, here with my dad. We're located in Kaufman, Texas, and we're really been focused on whitetail recently, and we're kind of dipping our hands into the exotic world here recently, and we're just excited about it.
He pretty much summed it up. I'm Jade Webster with MVP Whitetails.
So, guys, if y'all don't mind, obviously y'all are a pretty big name in the whitetail industry, and it seems like y'all are making big moves getting into the exotic industry. And so, can y'all kind of talk about your whitetail program and what y'all have done over the past couple of years with that, and what y'all's plans are for getting into exotics?
Yeah, our whitetail program is basically we're geared towards obviously the breeder market, helping other breeders get started in the business, and we're really diversified. We also help stock ranches, which is a big part of our business now too. Stocking ranches with bucks and does, and helping their genetics improve. And now we're kind of leaning towards the exotic market, like you were saying. So
yeah, and so like, is y'all's goal with the exotics to kind of do what you did in the whitetail and sell breeder to breeder, or y'all going to stock your own ranch, or is it more for stocking other ranches?
Kind of really diversified, just like we are in the whitetail industry. We want to stock our ranches. We're in the hunting market, obviously. We're seeing that people love hunting the whitetails, and we want to have other options as our clients or our client base is building. And say someone harvest a buck their first day, it's like, all right, well, we want more than just whitetail. And we're intrigued. We've always said that we breed what we like potentially breed. And so whitetail was our number one. We wanted to focus all our energy, all the attention to growing the best quality whitetail we could. And now we love axis, right? So we're kind of like, you know what, let's get into this axis market. And we got into some bucks, and it's a whole new learning curve, because they're wild, or you're trying to tame them down, and so we're putting a lot of our energy into the axis market right now.
Awesome.
We were not really set up pen wise. We figured out with without bottle raising multiple does. So we're now we come into the EWA to learn and talk to these breeders that are successful. And picking their brains. We're going to visit their ranches now. And kind of build our own pens based on that with some of our own genetic lines, and build an axis program, like we did with the whitetails.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I don't know if everyone listening knows quite who y'all are, but like at least my impression of MVP is I'm excited to see what y'all do in the exotic industry, because y'all are first class across the board. You have a phenomenal AI building, and everything from your pens, everything is just pristine anytime I go out to MVP. And so obviously even your genetics, I mean, you'll grow some of the prettiest whitetail in the industry. That's why you're so successful and you sell to so many breeders and everybody wants your stockers. But I'm really, really excited to see what y'all are going to do with exotics on your hunting ranch, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but then your axis program. From what y'all seen so far, some of the genetics y'all bought, do y'all have I know with whitetail have a little more characteristics than axis, but are y'all kind of going for more typical axis, extra points, or what's y'all's frame you're looking for?
So, well, I'll kind of backtrack that a little bit. What I feel like helped us be more successful in the whitetail industry was buying from multiple breeders, probably like what I would say is what we felt like were their best females that we could buy, and then partnering on the best bucks. So we're kind of going, that's why we're here at the EWA this weekend. We've asked every axis breeder here. We've picked their brain. We've talked to them. We've looked at their bucks. We've engaged on buying females out of a particular buck. We bought the high-selling fawn last night from NT Ranch, $9,000 for a fawn. I think to be successful, you have to be active. You can't be a breeder and when the auction room hits, sit on your hands. I mean, I think that's what I think a lot of people could learn from that. If you're going to raise them, you have to buy them and support the industry. So. To answer your question on what we like, man, what the genetic trait we like on axis, obviously the bigger the better, but I like deep caudals. As I'm looking, I want deep caudals, I want, big fronts, and just, 36, 37, if you can find them, we're working hard to get the best.
I like them with the width
Right.
Yeah, he likes the
Real wide, deep caudal.
Well, yeah, and y'all partnered on. Clearly had a little influence on the name, but MVP.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That buck is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Like,
That's
it's-
that's a buck we like.
Right.
Like that, you know.
Right.
Then stacking the right genetics on top of his daughters. That's
Right.
what we're doing.
That's
now.
why we bought that NT bottle raised doe fawn. We'll stack whatever buck we choose her out of, put MVP on top of that, and that's a pedigree
Right.
offspring that's valuable.
Right. Yeah. So it seems now like to compare a little bit to the whitetail is like 15, 20 years ago, the whitetail industry didn't really have a bottom side on the pedigree, or maybe it only went back one or two lineages. And I would venture to say that's kind of where the exotics are right now. The fallow have kind of gotten there over the past 5-6 years, but I think y'all are on the forefront of the axis part of like, hey, if you're building out the pedigrees, y'all are going to be what we call in the foundation industry or the genetics. And so can y'all kind of talk about that a little bit of like what you're going to look for in your breeding program? I know you just touched on a little bit, but like the importance, I guess, of pedigree and putting that on paper and trying to breed for certain characteristics.
Yeah, you want to speak on that? You want me? I think it's very important.
Right.
You go with a genetic trait. Let's just say our buck MVP that we love.
Right.
So we get females out of him. Now we're going to all these other breeders. We're going to be looking for the next buck to breed to that animal. Right.
Right.
So you get that first generation. It's very important, and go look for the next buck. The traits you like, and people that are active in the industry and supporting that buck. That plays a big role. It's going to be at the breeder game.
I think it'll really help the breeder game. Right now, all these bucks, no one knows who the full sisters are, who the mamas are.
Right.
Once you figure that out and you stack that full sister, that mama of a stud buck you breed her to a stud buck, then I really think this market could be something special.
Right. Yeah, because that's one thing, like with NT, when you're talking about buying his genetics, like they've been breeding axis longer than breeding fallow.
Yes.
And that no one knew it.
Yep.
But like, I think that's going to be really cool because this would probably be the year to start seeing, hey man, we put a guy with small caudals on a doe out of a guy with big caudals, and now look at this offspring. He's got big fronts and caudals. And I think that's what a lot of these exotic guys that have been in it for so long struggle with, because beforehand it was, oh, we've got 200 acres, throw 60 does out there, $5, they'll be bred.
Yep.
It's like, and so I think that's what's really launching this. If you can track that and you can have an MVP over whoever,
Yes.
5 years from now, those offsprings and those does theoretically should be worth 5 times what you're paying for them because you have production out of them now.
That's 100% what we're headed to.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, waiting on. Right now, a lot of these bucks that we're breeding are captured deer from either high fence ranches or low fence ranches. So we don't know their age. We don't know who their mom is. So let's just go fast forward 4 years or 5 years from now.
Right.
Someone in this breeding game in a pen is going to grow the buck.
Right.
Then we're going to backtrack who the mama is. When it's the first person or the first few people that do that,
Right.
it's going to be a frenzy for those daughters, those sisters, some half interest of the mama.
Right.
I think it's going to blow up. I mean, I really do.
Yeah.
That's where it's going to get.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I think a lot of guys here, like I mentioned, the old guard or the old guys here, they think it's crazy that does are worth that much. But like we know in the whitetail, like the doe's more important. The doe's more important to have than a big pretty buck. Obviously, it's nice to have both, but being able to track those things, theoretically, that $9,000 lot you bought, that could be the one that produces the next one. You might sell half interest for $50,000.
Exactly.
And if it's that good, that's not even worth your time and consideration.
Exactly.
Because of her production.
Yep.
And so another part of that, I know y'all have 2 ranches, or that I know of, but y'all are also starting to do some hunting on there, right? And so I know you mentioned y'all been selling whitetail hunts for a little bit now. Are y'all looking to do exotic hunts throughout the year? Do you want your exotics just to be add-ons? And what all species do y'all have?
We're going to kind of let the customers dictate that. Right now, we have just die-hard whitetail hunters. That's what we branded ourselves as, and that's what we have. And then, so we're open to year-round, but right now, pretty much just add-ons.
Right.
And the species that we currently have, I mean, we've got. Oh, Jalen, you might have to help me. So we've got red stag now, which is we love red stag.
Right.
So we bought some bred females. We bred them for a year. We kept them at 3S Whitetails, great friends of ours. We love their genetics.
Right.
And bred them again. They're actually delivering them next week. So we've got fawns on the ground. We've got bred females. So we're doing red stag. We got mouflon, rams, obviously. We got all dad, trapped some really cool big 34-inch all dad. Released those on. We put them on Facebook. A lot of people.
Yeah, I saw that.
We come on, like, boy, remember I hunt them yet?
Right.
So, like I said, we're kind of like the customers dictate that. Now we're looking at possibly doing some supers. Like we're looking into the we're real interested in cootery. We're trying to make a game plan of what to do with the females. Do we raise them in pens, and then are we going to release them in a smaller pasture? What to do? And we don't know this business. We're trying to learn, and everybody's been so helpful here.
We've got black buck too.
Oh, we have
black buck and some Trans-Caspian Urials. So
heck yeah.
Yeah, so that's amazing. We're adding to it,
right?
And we love it. It's new.
It's addicting.
Yeah,
it's fun. We love it.
Right.
It's cool.
Yeah, because I feel like in whitetail, there's so many different characteristics as far as antler-wise and all this that you can kind of pick and play with. But in exotics, there's like 60 different species that you can play with, and that gets a little dangerous because it's fun. Like I said, it's addicting. You want to, I got this, and what about this, and try these different species. But yeah, that's really exciting, guys. And like I said earlier, like MVP, y'all are obviously known for doing the best. Like you're not even from the visual side of things, but customer service. That's one thing I've always heard about y'all is no matter what happens, y'all always take care of your customers. And I know y'all are going to bring that integrity into the exotics. And some people might not like me saying this, but it's the truth because I've been around 3 generations for it. Most exotic brokers they don't have a great reputation. And so y'all bringing that integrity for me, it brings me pride to know you guys because I know y'all are going to take care of all the people coming in. And I think that's going to be a big shift as more of these ranch owners are starting to breed rather than just buying to hunt or buying to do whatever. And so whenever someone like you guys comes in, it's going to really mess up the game in a good way.
Oh, appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you for the kind.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And so is there anything that you guys want to tell people as far as about y'all's ranch, or if they have any questions or anything like that y'all want just the people listening or watching?
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say if anybody ever wants to come check out our ranch or come see our place or have any questions, you can call me at any time. My number's 214-926-8575. We'd love to show you around either ranch. You want to come see our breeding operation with our hunting ranch on one property or just our other peer hunting ranch. I'd be more than happy to take anybody around.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is what we do. We love it. We love sharing our place. We're proud of our ranches. We're proud of our hunting operation. We're proud of our whitetail breeding operation. Now the exotics, we're excited about it. We're learning. There's a lot to learn. So, and that's what it takes.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I would recommend anyone to go see their place. It literally is phenomenal. And I know y'all worked with Rafter P on building all that and custom. And man, it is breathtaking.
Thank you.
And the only other thing I would say is how do you think this show is? I know y'all might not have come in the past or anything, but this show compared to, y'all travel nationwide to all the different shows. So what did y'all see here and what are y'all excited for the future for these shows?
Man, you want to speak on it? I mean, we can both speak. I'll go ahead and start, I guess. Go for it. I was blown away. We were literally coming in and going to handle business. We had some customers we want to talk to and just see this for a day. We had so much fun and the energy was here yesterday. I said, let's stay another night. You know what I mean? And we got to get on the road here soon and get back home. And we're heading to Colorado tomorrow. But long story short, it was so much fun. We stayed an extra night. If that tells you, that's all. We were having such good conversation, meeting so many new people, especially in the axis breeding business. And we're trying to learn kudu now. The conversations were so valuable to us. I couldn't leave. I was like, man, I had to stay.
It was kind of like right when we first got into whitetail, so it was kind of refreshing. Oh, dude, I get to learn something new and meet new people and ask these questions and possibly invest in some new animals to profit on them, So it's kind of a fun new little business venture, and everyone's super cool. It was a great time, so we love it.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit yesterday, but just even coming here, the networking part of it. You sold some whitetail yesterday.
Dude, I was walking down the hallway. I've been here for 5 minutes, and hey, Jade, how you doing? I want to talk to you about some deer. Okay, man. Hey, what's your price? I need some pasture-released does. What's your price? Told him. So, do you have any stalker bucks left? Told him the price. What's the price? He goes, man, tell you what, for sure put me down for 3, and then for sure put me down on 2. Sold 5 deer, 100%. He said, I might add some. I just need to talk to my partner. I'm like, was it worth coming to EWA?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, it was worth it.
Wasn't that long.
Whitetail deer at the exotic wildlife. That's pretty cool.
Right. And I think Pete Moore's doing a great job.
Yes.
I'm really happy for him and to see the job he's done, all the work he's put into it. But I don't think the EWA could have someone better than Pete Moore. He's a great guy. We've done business with him, so it's great.
Yeah, he's done a lot in a short amount of time. He's only been president for a year.
Wow.
And so it's really refreshing to see all the new faces and get new people coming in, and I'm just ecstatic for the future. I think it's going to be amazing and just take EWA national.
Yeah, this show was amazing. And like I said, Pete and his staff and everybody, I don't know everybody else, he obviously has an amazing team to help him, but they do a great job.
I appreciate it.
We had a great time.
Good deal. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's about it. And unless y'all got anything else to say, we'll wrap up.
I think we're good. Thanks for having us.
Awesome. Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it,
man.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and we're hopefully going to be posting a lot more of these. So we'll talk to you soon.